jack of all trades, and this is my buddy Stu and I've hired him to come and help hanging a gate for the front of the house, mostly because Rigby Puppy is loving running in the road right now. As you know, we are in a very urban environment here in Seattle, and we don't want him to get hit by a car, and so here we go. We are going to put up a gate.
I get my hands dirty, they show me no mercy, so I just keep working.
Yesterday we set up several posts in concrete and we let that concrete sit overnight, and now we are ready to do the actual hanging of the gate. So this bolt has goop and goobers on it. That's paste wax. It helps the bolt to go in faster, better, and it also helps not to split the wood. Maybe should have used a little bit bigger drill bit. Yeah! Suck that right in. Glory. So we put in this cross beam for what purpose?
So that the top of the gate doesn't pull that post over.
Alright, so the next part that we are doing is just attaching this to the house, which closes off this little gap. And this is also part of a much, you got that holding it just fine? I'll tell this after we're done with this. So this little project here is kind of killing three birds with one stone. It ties the fence back in here. It replaces a rotten board that was on our house. It will all look very organic once we have repainted the house, which hopefully will actually take place this summer. And it also provides a second layer of security both for Rigby and my animals. And we are going to redo this entire driveway entrance so that we can plant more fruit trees, more fruit-bearing bushes, and basically just make this whole place a whole lot more aesthetically pleasing. So now we are installing the top rail, and little quick tip, use a quick grip clamp to be your second, third hand. I guess you already have two hands probably, but three is great. Such lovely Seattle weather we're having. This being such a long gate, it's a 12-foot gate, it will be very heavy. And eventually, right now we're putting in just a gate that I bought at the feed store, but eventually I would like to make one. So we do want to make this as bomb-proof as possible. Yep, that'll do. Okay, we are finally ready to hang this thing. So I will definitely say that hanging a gate is much more fun when you have two people. I have done it before by myself with a much shorter gate, and it's just as much of a cluster then. Alright, we got a little reed. We put on the bottom one first. So, just another quick word on this whole situation here. Stu had the brilliant idea to add grease. He hates a squeaky gate. I am about to run around the farm and grease all of my gates. I never even thought of that for some reason. We have this pointed down to make sure that it can't be lifted off the hinges. We have, you know, for security reasons, although this is obviously not Fort Knox, the nuts on the back here so that you can't easily reach around, but obviously can actually fairly easily reach around. And then the other thing that you want is for this reveal to be even along the whole gate so it doesn't look super tacky, and also so that it holds your gate nice and straight. And the way that you do that is by screwing these in and out and kind of messing around with the adjustment of the gate. And then, hey, we've got a gate. Huzzah! were doing this, I realized that 3 years ago I had purchased these cute little solar lamp things for fence posts, but then they didn't fit the fence post I'd purchased them for. So here we are 3 years later with a use for them. So I am super excited because this is just going to add a nice little touch. So after we finished building the gate, I planted some grapes that'll grow along it and just really fill it out and make it look a lot nicer. Actually, I was able to put in my old hops tunnel that collapsed during the snow this year and just kind of upcycle that, and I think it looks really nice. Next big project is going to be installing the front part of our fencing here that's facing the house that will match this. I think that'll look really sharp. I re-landscaped this whole area behind here and took out all of the old bushes and the fruit tree that got knocked over by the snow this year. And replace it with fruit trees that are going to thrive in this south-facing area and also just make our driveway look a whole lot better. I regraded our whole driveway coming into the house. I trimmed up all the bushes. I power washed the front of the fence and all of the stuff there. And it just looks a whole lot nicer now coming into the farm. And I mean, that's the whole goal. With every project, I want it to be useful and also make this place feel a little bit more like home. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and for supporting my channel in that way. If you'd like to support it in other ways, my Ann of All Trades t-shirts are linked below. Be sure to go get one of those. You can find a link for my Patreon as well. I hope you leave this video feeling challenged, inspired, and excited to get outside and to make things with your own hands as well. Cheers. Mouselini, if I see a cat footprint in the... What is this? This has got paste wax on it. Wait a second, this is not how that works. Anyway.
Just pay attention to what you're doing.
I wish I'd paid more attention in geography class. Or, wait a second. Geology?
Geometry.
Geometry! There you go. And then once we've got this guy going on, we want to use it in a manner, what? Yeah, okay.